On this Thursday, September 24th, for Tano TV, KRIM Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News. Members of the Pine Strawberry Fire Department, the Hells Gate Fire Department, and firefighters from southern Gila County on the San Carlos Apache Reservation are all out on the front lines of numerous wildfires across the western U.S. While combating these dangerous situations, wildland firefighters put themselves in harm's way to keep others safe. They work in extreme heat and unpleasant conditions to protect our communities. And while we here in Rim Country were witness to another air attack tragedy this summer, and there have been others, sadly, there's been yet another one, this time up in Idaho. The Bureau of Land Management has provided more information about the crash of a single-engine air tanker, or SEAT. It seems on Tuesday the 22nd at approximately 7 p.m., a single-engine air tanker with one pilot on board was involved in a fatal accident during initial attack operations on what's called the Shill Fire, located approximately 2 miles southeast of Emmett, Idaho. The pilot, Ricky Fulton, perished. The aircraft, a T-857, was owned by AeroSeat Incorporated and was on an on-call contract with BLM Fire and Aviation at the National Interagency Fire Center in Boise. Firefighters on the scene rendered medical aid to the pilot and called for life flight, but the pilot did not survive his injuries. The 30-acre Shill Fire started at approximately 4:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday in grass and brush in steep terrain. It was contained at about 10 p.m. that same day. The cause of the Shill Fire is under investigation. Big thanks to our wildland firefighters for working a long, very busy wildfire season. We know fire is a part of life in the West, and we're grateful for those that work on the fire line in the most difficult conditions. Well, taking a look at other news from around Rim Country, 5 adult dogs and 1 puppy were recently found laying deceased on the ground in an area close to a popular campground just out east of Payson. Well, a local Rim Country resident posted on social media that 2 females had decided to go camping and were taking an evening hike when they came across the deceased canines. They quickly contacted the Gila County Sheriff's Office and also notified the camp host at the nearby Ponderosa Campground. The dogs were located just 200 feet from a paved road. They reported the adult dogs had been shot in the head and the puppy had been strangled. By this time, Anthony Piskarek with Gila County Animal Care and Control and the Humane Society of Central Arizona were notified. They say the Gila County Sheriff's Department was also notified and arrived quickly and assessed the scene. Witnesses report it was determined by no drag marks and no shell casings that these dogs were actually shot somewhere else and then dumped at that location. As the dogs were found on the Tano National Forest, they were also notified. Anthony from Animal Care and Control needed to check the animals for microchips in an attempt to find the owners. They say, sadly, no microchips or collars were found. That case is ongoing, and if you do happen to have any information, we advise you to contact the Gila County Sheriff's Office or Gila County Animal Care and Control. Well, in some more somewhat positive news, because you gotta know we need more of that. Did you know that there was one bison in history that performed on racetracks during the 1980s in America, Canada, and Mexico? A bison. Well, Harvey the Bison's story dates back to 1980 when his mother was shot dead by a poacher. Colin Thorntonson, who at that time worked in the road crew on the Milwaukee Railway, took care of the orphan. He had to feed the bull from a bottle, and his car served as a cradle for Harvey. Well, the bison became so famous in the area that he was soon asked to race against a quarter horse at an Energy Downs racetrack. Weird thing is, he won, and so began his bright racing career. Well, weighing in at just under 2,000 pounds, Harvey performed very well at 110 yards. His starts were faster than most horses. They say his appearance and sniffing frightened the horses, so that while they tried to stay as far away from him as possible, the bison was eager for victory. Well, unfortunately, America lost Harvey too soon. That buffalo died from hay poisoning in Tucson, here in Arizona, back in 1991. Colin Thorntonson, by the way, received $475,000 in damages. During his career, Harvey had won 79 races from 93 starts. And by the way, his full name was Harvey Wallbanger. Name kind of adds some perspective to the origins of this story. Well, taking a look at Rim Country weather, it looks to be another dry and hotter than usual day today all over Rim Country. So what does the rest of your 7-day forecast hold in store? Well, we'll take a complete look coming up next. You're watching Rim Country News.
Right now, as you're watching this video, there are over 40 million people getting trafficked against their will. And what makes it even worse is that stat is notoriously underreported.
So many victims even know their traffickers well. A parent, a family friend, even spouses. 7 out of 10 victims are female.
1 out of 4 is a child. Those at greatest risk are the marginalized, the vulnerable, homeless, living in poverty. Human trafficking generates over $150 billion every single year. You know who spends the most? The U.S. You know what makes me even sadder is my home state of Florida, which I love, is near the highest every year. And probably within a mile of where I'm standing right now is a girl who has been or will be trafficked against her will. Guys, it's not good enough. We gotta do better. We need you to enter the fight, and we need you now.
Well, taking a look at Rim Country weather, the National Weather Service says dry conditions and well above normal temperatures will continue into early next week here in Rim Country. Light winds today will give way to more breezy conditions by Friday and Saturday afternoon, causing us to cast a wary eye towards increased fire hazard weather, well, at least the potential for that, as we head into the weekend. Sadly, there appears to be no relief in sight, at least in your 7-day weather forecast. Daytime highs in the greater Payson area today should be right around 92 degrees under sunny skies, and you can expect much the same temperatures and weather conditions for at least the next 7 days. Up on top of the rim, they're expecting a high today near 81 degrees. And our neighbors to the south in Tonto Basin, you can expect a less than chilly high today of 103 degrees. And again, no significant changes in weather down there either for the next 7 days. And that's what's happening around Rim Country. For Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Make it a great Thursday.